Coach Brannon, congratulations, first of all, on an offense that lost so many key players last year, and I thought that it was almost impossible for you to be anywhere near as explosive this year as last, losing Barrow and Bynum and Will Carter, and the list goes on. But gosh, you guys have been just lighting up the scoreboard, putting up big numbers, and you being a quarterback coach, co-offensive coordinator, obviously a lot of that's coming from you coaching them up. Talk a little bit, if you will, about this offense and these kids that make it go.
Well, first of all, I mean, a lot of credit. Coach Jones and I work extraordinarily well together, and Coach White gives us, a lot of freedom to kind of be a little creative, I mean, the key to anything is putting kids in position to make plays based on their athletic ability, and we have some kids. We lost a great senior class last year, but we had some guys that had some experience. Patrick McClure, while he didn't play a lot of quarterback last year, played receiver for us, so he knew the route combination. Patrick's doing a great job. Ryan Fleming is a young kid who is a freshman and really stepped up, had a big touchdown last week, and really probably runs as good a routes as anybody we have. And then the addition of Mark Rue. Mark's back with us, and Mark can play quarterback, but he's such a good athlete, you couldn't have him sitting on the bench. So he's stepped up at wide receiver and really done a great job. And of course, Cole, he had a great year last year, and he's played some running back for us this year, and really stepped in that role. He's just an athlete. He can do whatever he wants to with the football in the return game and at receiver or at running back. And our offensive line, I think that's probably an unsung bunch, but you have Cullen Carlin and Knox Carlin, and not related, by the way, and then you have Tanner and Robert Allen Pope, and those guys all played last year. So while we lost Will Jones and we lost Mack, we got 3 starters and another guy that's starting now that played last year in the O-line. So I think that continuity and the continuity with our scheme, we're doing the same stuff this year we did last year, and so the kids just, they're comfortable with it, and they're really excelling.
Has the line been what you would describe, though, as a pleasant surprise? Have they outperformed what you expected, or are they doing about what you figured they would?
They're really doing a good job. I mean, we have high expectations anyway, and I left Isaiah Gardner out of there, but Isaiah stepped in last year in the playoffs when Cullen got hurt. Had to have that finger surgery. We had to kick Will Jones into center, and Isaiah stepped in and started at left tackle. That's not an easy job. Your first start being the playoff game against Porter Goud, and he did a fantastic job there and stepped in. So I mean, the O-line deserves a lot of credit. That just like any sport, it doesn't matter whether you're spread or whether you're in the wishbone, your O-line is going to make you go.
Yeah, Wilson Hall on Friday. That is it's a typical Skeeza team, and you guys are addressing the players about that. This league is so balanced, and it's balanced with good teams, not balanced with poor teams. It's come so far in so many years, and we've talked about that before, but there's a lot of teams out there that can beat anybody on any given night, just about all of them. And as Coach White was telling the kids, is every game is critical, because you never know which one of those games where if you don't show up and lose may have cost you a home playoff game.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this league is highly underrated, and I can say that because I've coached at Union, 3A Power, been a head coach at West Oak, played in Western 4A against Daniel and Belton Honey Path. Was offense coordinator at Lawrence in 4A. So seen really good football. And the thing I'll say about Skeeza, about all the teams, is number one, there's phenomenal coaching in this league. You're not going to beat you're not going to out scheme anybody. Because there's phenomenal coaching, and the kids play extraordinarily hard, and there's a lot better than advertised athletes. So when you got good athletes and great coaching and kids that play extraordinarily hard, you better bring your A game every Friday night, or on any given Friday you can get upset. And I think the league is very even this year. Obviously everybody's gunning for Hammond. And we had our shot early, but hopefully we'll get them again. But Eric even said, they played about a flawless game against us, and we were in that game for 2.5 quarters, and we just kind of made some mistakes, and they didn't make any mistakes, and it kind of got away from us at the end. But you better play 4 quarters, and you better be sound in this league, or you can get beat on any given night.
We know that Wilson Hall has an explosive offense. Anytime McClendon Sears is your quarterback, you have the potential to be explosive, although they were held to 7 last week against Hammond. But the thing that was impressive to me is I believe they shut Hammond out in the second half. I mean, their D obviously has got some players over there too.
They're very, very sound defensively. They're very multiple on defense. I think their defensive line and linebackers do a really good job of stopping the run, and their secondary is very sound. You're not going to. They don't give up a lot of cheap ones. You know, we're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to, it's cliche, but we're going to take what's there. And if the hitch is there, we're going to take the hitch. And just be methodical in what we do offensively, and understand that, hey, 3 or 4 yard gain on first downs is a good play.
All right, Coach. Good luck against the Barons right here at Ben Lippen on your field behind us, and we will talk to you at practice next week.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for all you do.